Now, here in the studio, Dan Perry, former Europe and Middle East editor at AP. Good evening, Dan.
Hello, Jake.
People are confused. There are like positive reports coming out of Cairo and Qatar and the States, not so much in Israel. Where do we stand on this deal?
Well, you can lose your mind trying to make it through the labyrinth of complicated details about the first, second, and third stages and the various waterfalls of things that have to happen and tripwires and conditions, or you can look at the essence. And the essence is that for 8-9 months, Hamas has not wavered from their position, that after the initial batch of hostages, they are demanding an end of the war for the exchange of the remaining hostages. I'm not skeptical about that position because I think Hamas observes that the war is terrible for Israel on a whole variety, on a breathtaking variety of dimensions. And so it's a bit of a strategic victory for them that way. Of course, it's even far more terrible for the people of Gaza, but of this, they care nothing, obviously. And on the other hand, Israel appears to have difficulty in accepting a difficult reality. And it is human nature to struggle with a horrible choice. And Israel's horrible choice is basically to end the war, more or less admitting that they failed to completely dislodge Hamas and get the rest of the hostages, or prolong the war, hoping for a better ultimate outcome. But it's rather clear. That that involves the sacrifice of many, if not all, of the remaining hostages. This is a terrible choice, but it is reality. And it's natural, but at times also infantile to run away from a terrible choice. Netanyahu clearly is uncomfortable with making the choice that public opinion in Israel would favor right now, which is ending the war. Because he calculates, I think correctly, like Hamas does, that that would bring down his government. Because the far right, on which his government depends, prefers an end to the war, a continuation of the war, and indeed a reestablishment of Jewish settlement in Gaza, which, by the way, would mean that the land that Israel currently controls, Israel plus West Bank plus Gaza and is settling, has an Arab majority. Netanyahu is running away from this reality and trying to buy time for his government. And in the meantime, people are dying on all sides.